Worldwide movement, peace, love, respect. Big King Sadiq hollering at you one more again. All right. Another beautiful, bright, energetic day. Look at the sun booming, right? All right. I love you all. Thank you once again for checking me out. Keeping the movement building strong. True indeed. Please like, share, subscribe. Continue helping me to deliver this message, these messages, right? And building this movement worldwide. True indeed. All right. I wanted to finish up that previous video on Black fatherhood, right? And and I was talking briefly about some of the misconceptions and how true indeed unfortunately there are some individuals who may be quote unquote black or highly melanated who may fall very short in their duties, responsibilities, and the love they should be extending to their children as fathers, right? But that's, I want to reiterate, an exception to the rule. As for the most part, right? Black fathers are quote unquote black fathers, highly melanated fathers are very invested in their families and in their children's lives, right? And even if they're not with the mother of their children in a family environment, they're still heavily and beautifully invested in their children's lives, right? And that needs to be acknowledged in the misnomer that's not the case. And I left off speaking about how just as they're the opposite, among men, not being fathers the way they should, there are unfortunately mothers falling very, very short of their duties, responsibilities, and the love they should be extending to their children. Those spiritual maturity issues that they'll eventually work their way through. They're no less should not be judged anymore, or shouldn't be judged at all, like we should extend to everyone, right? Just understanding it's just a stage of spiritual maturity. And that's the case with all, parents who may fall short. In this particular lifetime, that's just an area of spiritual maturity where they had yet to excel and perhaps will in the next, right? That's all. No judgment. And I think it's important that we don't extend that judgment, because that also leaves room for opportunities to provide aid or assistance, because often those opportunities are there, right? And if we are not coming from a position of judgment, then we can keep those opportunities alive and take advantage of them and help, right? Those who have attained a higher level of spiritual maturity. It's not about, look at it this way, it's not about one of the persons being better than the other. It's just about a level of experience. If a tutor tutors a student, does that make the tutor more intelligent than the student? No. And often the tutors themselves will tell you, listen, they're much smarter than I was at their age, right? And the same can be said, for a parent. That particular parent may need help in a certain area of parenting, and by extending your aid and expertise, or just a little wisdom, right? Because you didn't come from a position of judgment, right, or condescending to them in any way, you may be able to provide beautiful aid and assistance, right? that you otherwise would not have been able to. So that's one of the most important factors of all of this, right, is that we do not judge anyone else and realize they're no less than we are at all, right? They're just at a different stage or a different place. That's all. And if you can help, then that's a beautiful opportunity for you, really, because for you to extend that beneficent action truly benefits you greatly, far greater than many of us realize. All right. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that this important topic was covered because, you know, I came up in an era where comedians constantly, you know, came in with the baby. Everybody remembers the fair. I forget what the girl's name, but she came on. She was on Def Comedy Jam, I think. One of those. I don't know. But she came in with the baby's mother dodging, you know, all these different stereotypical descriptions of black men. And it's like, that's a stereotype that really needs to die, you know? It really does, because it's not true. Black men, or highly melanated men, should I say, make excellent fathers and are very invested, loving, and their children are everything to them, right? That's facts. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick because I think it's important. I think that's one of the aspects of society that we're missing, right? Folks, when we're talking about the highly melanated, this is not an egocentric thing at all. But when we're talking about the highly melanated on this planet, you are indeed talking about the indigenous on this planet. And with that comes a certain degree of wisdom that the planet needs, all of us, right? And part of that is that fatherhood that the indigenous highly melanated man has offered to the planet previously. We need that back, right? You know, picture that image of the wise, you know, melanated, highly melanated, or quote unquote black man in the tribe who's that wise leader, right? Or that wise spiritual consultant, you know, in the tribe that helped so many, or to help to garner peace between tribes and things of that nature, right? The same way as that grandfather in your family who at the cookout ends up stepping in between two uncles about the scrap. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same energy is what I'm saying we need back at the planet. We need to have that back by respecting and honoring that. And I think with that huge misnomer of black men or highly melanated men not being good fathers, that misnomer damages the opportunity for all of us to benefit from that wisdom by honoring that aspect of fatherhood in general, specifically the black man or highly melanated father, right? So I wanted to address that. And of course, you know, symbiotically along with that is always the aspect of motherhood. And as we also have to very much respect and bring along with us the indigenous mother, or the highly melanated mother, or the black mother, right? And the incredible wisdom, love, and leadership that they have brought to the planet, and still have further more to bring. And the union of the two, having both of those available to us, is what we're after, folks, because then we get our greatest asset available to us, right? Our greatest assets, and we can use those to move on in spiritual maturity on the planet, as we certainly are doing, but can certainly further that effort by doing so, by honoring the two. So that's a beautiful opportunity for us. So let's do that, right? Why not have every advantage, every resource to draw from in this epic opportunity we have on this planet for all of us to advance to a higher vibrational frequency paradigm, right? It's here. Let's cement it in, all right? And you know what to help do that? Worldwide movement. Peace, love, respect. Big King Sadiq. I'm out.